That distant whirring sound you can hear is Alfieri Maserati spinning in his grave at 5,000 RPM, as the legendary brand abandons its principles and prostrates itself at the altar of climate change by offering for sale an electric GranCabrio. Let me tell you a little story, 100% true by the way. Back in 2007, I remember sitting in a cafe in a nondescript suburb of Sydney and hearing the glorious sound of a new Maserati Gran Turismo, powered by a Ferrari-built V8 engine shared with the F430 and later the 458. I turned to my wife and said, "One day I'm going to have one of those." It took 10 years, but eventually I did. You can watch all the videos from 2017 on this very channel, and the sound of that V8 was one of the most visceral automotive experiences I can remember. And now, less than a decade later, this brand has sunk to the depths of equipping the gorgeous Pininfarina-designed GranCabrio body with a soulless battery and electric motor for propulsion. And to rub salt even deeper into the wound, appears to be proud of the fact. Well, to anyone who has the money to buy a GranCabrio right now, forget the ridiculous electric version, save a ton of money and buy one of the glorious V8 versions, securing the knowledge that you will have one of the finest Grand Tourers that you could ever desire, with one of the greatest engines you could imagine, and leave the pointless electric version for heathens who have no appreciation of automotive engineering. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer turned Sydney YouTuber. Please be sure to like, share and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter X. It's not all about stupid power and stupid numbers, it's about engagement and enjoyment, something that Maserati of the past had in spades. But now they've abandoned both of those to tick the woke boxes of zero emissions and climate friendly. Well, bugger both of them. 2024 Maserati GranCabrio Folgore electric car unveiled. Meet one of the world's first modern electric convertibles, a circa 610 kilowatt Maserati with 4 seats. Italian sports car specialist Maserati has unveiled one of the world's first electric convertibles, and among the first with 4 seats. The GranCabrio badge means it is the convertible version of the new Gran Turismo luxury coupe, while Folgore, which is Italian for lightning, is the badge applied to all new electric Maserati models. It's expected to reach Australian showrooms sometime after the petrol GranCabrio arrives towards the end of this year, priced close to $500,000 before on-road costs, $475,000, a $120,000 hike over its predecessor. The GranCabrio Folgore shares the coupe's 3 electric motors, 2 rear, 1 front, and 92.5 kilowatt-hour total, or 83 kilowatt-hour usable, who cares, battery, much of which is mounted along the centre tunnel of the car and runs at 800 volts. While each of the 3 electric motors develops about 300 kilowatts, the battery can only supply enough energy for up to 610 kilowatts, and only in short bursts, with the regular power output outside of max boost mode quoted at 560 kilowatts, 1,350 newton meters. Over-specifying the motors allows the 610 kilowatts to be distributed between the motors as desired for optimal performance. Maserati executives told Drive the company is already exploring next-generation battery technology to unlock more of the motor's power. Yay! Maserati claims a 0 to 100 km/h acceleration time of 2.8 seconds, 1/10 slower than the coupe, with 0 to 200 km/h in a quoted 9.1 seconds, 0.3 seconds slower, and a 290 km/h top speed. For context, the petrol GranCabrio uses a 3-litre twin-turbo V6 with 399 kilowatts, 650 newton meters, for a claimed 0 to 100 km/h time of 3.6 seconds. Quite frankly, who gives a shit? Driving a Maserati isn't about these kind of numbers. Ask those people lucky enough to drive a beautiful example from the 1960s, like a 3500 GT. It has nothing to do with the outright performance. It's all to do with the driving experience. Sadly, I've recently had to sell my Maserati Gran Turismo, but in its place I have a base model Porsche Boxster 981, with a relatively small 2.7 litre flat 6 and barely over 200 horsepower. But you know what? It's the best car I've ever driven, and it's nothing to do with power or numbers. It's the engagement that the chassis and engine provides. So save your money, forget the electric nonsense, and buy one of those gorgeous V8 GranCabrios before it's too late.